हरिप्रिये नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिनीति नामिने नमः आचार्यपादाय नित्य कृपा प्रदायिने गौरकथा दामदाय नगर ग्रामधारिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. Welcome all devotees on this very important chapter 2. That is, yesterday we saw how the army was set, and finally the last verse what we saw yesterday was, okay, we can go to the connection also, don't worry. We are not in a very great hurry. Let us understand very well. Okay. So, yesterday, last verse, Sanjay is telling Dhritarashtra that Arjuna was so perplexed. This is very important. In the second chapter, a lot has been talked about perplexing. So, what is perplexing? We don't know what is right, what is wrong, what to do. So, the last verse, Sanjay is telling, you are able to see my screen, right? Okay. Sanjaya said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. That is what he was sober, perplexed. He did not know. We saw also lamentation and fear. Lamentation is about the past and fear is about the future. So Arjuna, now what is he doing? He stood up, kept his all arrow away. And this is very important. Last one. That's why I wanted to show you this. Such a kind and soft-hearted person. So what are all the qualities to listen to Bhagavad Gita? So in that, these are also the two qualities. Kind, soft-hearted and kind person. Apart from Sakha Cheti, that is, Sakha is what? Friend and a disciple, all those things. This is one of the very important qualification. Why I said? Because whenever we want to sit for these classes, the basic objective is to have compassion, kind-hearted. So Arjuna was not wrong, right? Arjuna was not at all wrong. But what was wrong? Arjuna did not want to fight. He wanted to give up. That is wrong, because that is against the Kshatriya Dharma. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, right? So he is not supposed to give up the duty of a Kshatriya. Krishna gave so much importance to Varnashrama Dharma. Okay, so Varnashrama Dharma is what? About do your duty. They are supposed to do their duty. That is 4 Varnas he has divided into Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. And this was not on the basis of birth that we have created now. In Kali Yuga, we have done it. But it was earlier, according to Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam, Guna Karma Vibhagashaga. Krishna only has said in Bhagavad Gita. Chaturvarnyam, this 4 division of Varnam, is on the basis of Guna Karma Vibhagashaga. What gunas they are in. Like Brahmana means he is, who is in Satvaguna? They are Brahmanas. Who is in Tamoguna? They are Shudras. Who is in the combination of Sattva plus, who is in the combination of Raja plus Tamo? They are Vaishyas. Who is in Rajoguna? They are Kshatriya. Because we will learn a lot about it in 13, 14, 15, 16. Gunas only make us do all our activities. What we do, Prakriti Kriyamanani Gunaiga Karmani Sarvashakha. So whatever activity we do, yesterday we also saw we have come here in order to perform activities. So we cannot free ourselves from activities. We are supposed to do activities. That is very important. I told that example, if you remember, Tani Sarvani Samyamya. Okay, that is in today's verse it will come. I think Tani Sarvani, somewhere around 60th verse it will come. But what Krishna is saying, you have to do activity. That is what is very important. So Arjuna will ask so many doubts. Oh Krishna, telling me to do activity, telling me to renounce all these doubts Arjuna is going to ask for us. Now precisely we will see why Arjuna told Krishna why he got perplexed, why his Hridaya Dorbalyam, weakness of the heart, he reflected. Arjuna actually reflected the weakness of his heart. What is this? Because he told he had compassion towards his acharyas. That is actually not wrong. Correct it is. But Krishna will give a beautiful answer now. No enjoyment, he says. After killing everybody, what am I going to enjoy, Krishna? Nothing I am going to enjoy. So why should I fight? Even if I conquer kingdom, I'm not going to enjoy because these people are not going to be there. Also, killing so many people, it's a sin. So I do not want to. And family tradition, what will happen to these ladies? They may adapt, lower means of adaptation of lower means of spending their life, bringing their offsprings, which is not correct. So finally, the last verse we saw, Arjuna told, I am not able to decide, oh Krishna. He put the weapons down. Who said this? To whom? Sanjaya said this to Dhritarashtra. With the Sanjaya has got this divine vision. Premanjana Churita. Chakshu. Prema Anjana Churita Chakshu. That is the Lord gives this Chakshu. What Chakshu? Prema Anjana. The ability to see the opulences of the Lord. Okay? Because if Sanjaya has not got this, think for 1 minute. Sanjaya would not have got the opportunity to see the Vibhuti Yoga. Their Lord told all the vibhutis what he has got. He would not have seen the 11th chapter, that is Purusha, what is that? Universal form of the Lord. So he is saying, because the Lord gave him Prema Anjana Churita, he was able to see the Lord's opulences in the 10th and 11th chapter. Okay, so now this is the climax. This is a turning point in Bhagavad Gita. Because till now, Arjuna was talking like a miserly man. Miserly means what? Who does not know the purpose of life. You all know the purpose of life. Yesterday we saw, right? Purpose of Vedas, purpose of, reading the scriptures, Param Drishtva Nivartate, and Samsiddhir Haritoshanam, to please the Lord. Okay, we will see. Paramdrishva Nivartate is in today's chapter only. Vishya Vinivartante Nigarase Yasya Dehinaga Rasavarjam Rasopyasya Paramdrishva Nivartate. We will see if that shloka is not there, we will go to that and read. Okay, so just all of you start noting down if you want to something. This is a turning point in your life. You come to a junction like this. You do not know what decision to take. I am not able to decide anything, oh Krishna. So that time, what are we supposed to do? We have to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How to surrender is given in 2.7. Karpanyatocho bhagata svabhava prachami tvam dharma samula chetaga echreyasya nishchitam rugi tanme shishyastegam shadimam tvam prapannam. In fact, it is better. You all recite this shloka. Very nice and very important shloka. This and 2.1313. You all can unmute, or if you don't, not in a position to unmute, you can repeat in muted. Karpanyatosho bhagata svabhavaha. Are you repeating? I'm not hearing any voice. Okay.
Karpanya dashopata swabhava.
Karpanya dosho pahata swabhavaha.
Swabhavaha prachami
Tvam dharma sammuda chetaha.
samudachetaha.
Dharma sammuda chetaha.
Dharma samudachetaha.
Yachreyasyan.
Yacheshyan.
Nishchitam bruhi tanme.
Nishchitam bruhi tanme.
Shishyaste aham.
Shishyate aham.
Shadi mam tvam prapannam.
Shadi mam tvam prapannam.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very
Hare
important verse.
Krishna.
Because this changes the whole role of Arjuna. Till now, Krishna did not open his mouth. Krishna was only listening what Arjuna was going on talking. Now, this role will make Krishna mad, annoyed. Krishna is going to now scold Arjuna after this. I am now confused about my duty. I have lost all my composure because of my weakness, miserly. So, what is the word here for miserly? Miserly is known as karpanya. Karpanya word is miserly. Miserly means what? Unable to decide for right. Nothing. No correct decision I am able to make. That is why we said he was indecisive. This is the last concern which Arjuna expressed to Krishna as the reasons for not fighting. So this is miserliness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple. Underline this. So till the time we become a disciple to a spiritual master, we cannot learn this transcendental knowledge. What is Bhagavad Gita is full of transcendental knowledge. To learn this transcendental knowledge, we have to become Shishyasteham. We have to accept a spiritual master. And a soul, what is the role of a disciple? To surrender under the lotus feet of disciple master, spiritual master. Okay, so these are the two qualities. Become a disciple and surrender into the lotus feet of your spiritual master. So now Arjuna accepted Krishna as his Adi Guru. He is Guru's, Brahma's Guru. Yesterday I told you, remember? Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. That's the first chapter, first canto, first verse. Janmadasya yeton vayati taratas chartvesha bhijna swarat. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. Muhyanti Yasurayakha. Tejo vari mritam yata vinimayo. Yatra trisargo mrisham. Damna svena sada nirasta kohakam. Satyam param dhimahi. So, Satyam param dhimahi. That Supreme Personality of Godhead, absolute truth. Satyam param, yesterday we saw. Absolute truth, right? So, I am surrendering unto that lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the absolute truth. Yesterday I told the difference. Supreme Personality of Godhead, this is a personal form which has got all the opulences. 64 opulences Krishna has got, 60 opulences Vishnu has got, 56 opulences Lord Shiva has got. Like that Indras will have 40, like that reduce. By the time it comes to Jiva, us, we all have 6 opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This we saw yesterday. I explained very well. Aishwarya, Samagram, Yashashya, and knowledge, Jnanam, Vairagyam. 6 opulences we saw of the Lords. Quantitatively, we are the same. Qualitatively, we are different. For that also, we saw that example. That is a gold mine. Gold mine has got the same gold which the ornaments have got. But the quantity differs in an ornament compared to the gold mine. Okay, so that is Achintya Chinta Beda Beda of our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Siddhanta. Many people came, many philosophies. So I told Advaita, Vaisheshika, etc. So recently, 500 years before, Lord Chaitanya gave us the Chintya Achintya Beda Beda, different but at the same time one. The Lord is one, the living entity is one with the Supreme Lord, but at the same time they are different also. How? In quality they are the same, in quantity they are different. Hare Krishna. So this is a turning point. Now Arjuna told Krishna, oh Krishna, I am not your I treated you as my friend, so many things, but now forget all those things, accept me as your disciple. So the moment Arjuna says that he is his disciple, then the spiritual master has got that compassion. Spiritual masters give guarantee to take these fallen souls, to Goloka. Why? Say somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, you are telling that we all will go. What is the guarantee? You will go soon. Then who will give us guarantee? Prabhupada said, don't worry. I will never leave this universe and go. I will be here in this universe only. And in the form of my books. So spiritual masters, and he also says, even if you go to the animal kingdom, even if you go to the Patala, I will come there. I will give you my hand to cross over this ocean. Which ocean? Material ocean. Tesham Satata Yukta. No, what is that? Tesham, Aham Samudrata Mrityu Samsara Sagarat. Yes. Tesham Mrityu Samsara Sagarat. Bhavami Nachirat Partha Maya Veshita Chetasam. In 12th chapter, Krishna tells Arjuna, Arjuna, surrender to me. I will help you to cross this Mrityu Samsara Sagarat. I'll help you to cross over this material ocean of birth and death. Krishna himself says. So we have to believe that. I believe what I see works when your vision is imperfectly perfect. Correct, right? So here, Lord himself says, so there is a Shrotram. What do you call that? Shabda Pramana. Shabdam is more important than any other pramanas. Okay, Shabda Pramana. Why? Because Mataji, what we hear is not correct. How are you saying? Shabda we are saying because we got this knowledge through Shabda, through Shabda Pramana. Vedas are Shruti mantras. Vedas are not Smriti mantras. Vedas were given to Brahma in the form of Shruti. That is the hearing ability, Shabda. So the Lord, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. Krishna himself says, I myself imparted this knowledge into the heart of Brahma. So how it happened? Brahma was the first created human being. We all know that. So when Krishna expanded as Mahavishnu and he created these universes, that is Karnodakshay Vishnu. After that, this Garbhodakshay Vishnu enters into every universe and he is the root cause for the creation of what? Living entities, material Prakriti. Yesterday we saw two Prakriti. Material nature is also Prakriti and the living entity is also Prakriti. So the Lord creates the material nature with his external potency. External potency is very weak, inferior potency. The Lord creates. Okay. So now, and so when Brahma came out, everything was dark. Brahma could not understand where he was. He got afraid again. He started traveling towards reverse direction into the womb of the Lord through the lotus stem. That time he could hear. That is why I'm saying this. He could hear distinctly two words. Two alphabets, one word. Tapa, tapa, tapa. This is what he heard. But he's a direct expansion from the expansion he came, no, from Lord. So he could understand, oh, the Lord wants me to do tapa. The Lord wants me to do austerity. So he immediately started doing austerity. Then this knowledge was imparted in his knowledge by the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the Shabdas, hearing. Okay, so that is why he is saying here, I believe what I see works when your vision is impeccably perfect. So after the hearing ability, the seeing ability, the Lord gave it to us. So that is Shabda, first Shabda, then Sparsha, then came this touch, then came form, then came the taste, then came the smell. So this is the vision. Okay, that is the second one. That is what you call third one, Rupa. Rupa is vision. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. Rupa is nothing but the fire. Fire gives the vision. The first vision was created in the form of fire. Okay, we will learn all these things in later chapters. They all are coming. No need to worry. This is a very important analogy. See, this analogy says that in everyone's body, there are two birds. One bird is the self, that is the Atma. That is the Anu Atma. Mamai Vamsho Jivaloke, the Lord's Amsha. Okay, that is the living entity. Another one is another bird is also living there in our heart only. That that is the Paramatma. Paramatma, what will he do? He will not interfere in any activity, feeling, thinking, nothing. Yesterday we saw that, no? That thinking, feeling and willing. He will not interfere anything. Paramatma simply will be a watching. He is simply watching in our heart. But this is compared to two birds in our heart. One bird is the self, another bird is the Paramatma. Since the Paramatma does not interfere in anything, who is the doer? There are actually three doers. Write that if you want. One is the self, because that self desires, that is a root cause. After the self desires, the Paramatma sanctions. So he is the second indirect doer. So when the Paramatma sanctions whatever we wanted, tatastu, it will happen. After he told, after he tells us, this is the instruction which is given to the Prakriti, material nature. So material nature receives this instruction from the Paramatma residing in the heart of every living entity. Now the Prakriti creates conducive environment in which the desire will be fulfilled. Okay, so three doer. One is the self, it creates a desire, and then the Paramatma who sanctions. Then the third one is the material nature who makes it happen. Okay, Hare Krishna. So important that is. This is also a very, very important verse. So you can again repeat this. Dehinosmin yata dehe. Repeat, those who can, you can unmute and repeat. Dehinosmin yata dehe. Kaumaram yavanam jara.
कौमामरं यौवनं जरा
Tata deha antara praptir.
तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर्
Dhiras tatra na mukhyati.
धीरस्तत्र न मोहयति.
Mataji, you read the meaning translation also, Mataji. You read now.
As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such change.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much,
Hare Krishna.
Mataji. It's so simple, you see. Very easily it is given. The soul simply passes into another body and death. So what all we come to know by this? Soul never dies. It is eternal. It always exists. Soul is always there. It is in the dormant stage when it is in the navel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? Then when the Chirodakshaya Vishnu breathes out, yeah, all the universes first comes out. Then the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters into every universe in order to create living, in every universe he goes. Then Brahma is created. From Brahma the other species are created. Okay, so the self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. So this knowledge is very, very important. Otherwise, all of a sudden, one day you will hear, we are not our body, we are not the I. I is what here, only the soul. I don't have anything which belongs to me. Like that, we will get bewildered. So it is better to know in the beginning itself about these changes. Dhiras is also Dhiras is bewildering. If you do not want to get bewildered, Dhiras tatra namuhyati. You should transcend your material nature. That is from Tamaguna to Rajoguna. Once we come to Rajoguna only, we can transcend. So if you all are thinking of transcending this nature, it is very important for us to transcend the material nature. Hare Krishna. Who is reading, Mataji? Verse. नैनं चिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्तपो न शोचयति मारुतः. The soul can never be cut into pieces. Chintanti, cut. Shastrani, weapons. The soul can, nainam chintanti sastrani. Soul can never be cut into pieces. Okay, by shastrani, weapons. Nor can he burnt by fire. Na chainam kledayanta apo apaha. Fire, it cannot be. Na shocheti na marutaka. Apa is actually what do you call water. It cannot be. Dahati pavakaha. The fire cannot burn it. The water cannot moisturize it. And the marutaka, the wind cannot wither it. Everything is withered in wind, right? Even the big, big rocks are withered, become very small, small pebbles. Due to what? Same thing. Sun, fire, heat, and what is that? Wind, water. Isn't it? So they all are withered, but the soul is not like that. Soul never dies. Soul is only 1 by 10,000 of the part of the tip of the hair. So how can we, what is that, cut into pieces? Not at all possible. Okay, so these are the characteristics. Actually, this the answer started from Dehi knows me. From this, Arjuna told, I have compassion for my acharyas. I can't kill them, Krishna. How can I kill my acharyas? That is not, that is my silly activities, he told, right? So Krishna is giving the answer from 2.11 to 2.30 to tell that, oh, Arjuna, the soul which is in your body, this is the eternal. So the next verse, the soul is eternal. Soul cannot be cut into pieces. It is not withered by the wind, or it is burnt by the fire, and it also cannot be moistened by the water. Why? The soul is immortal. The soul is eternal. The soul which enters this body in the form of consciousness, that only goes through different stages. That is Kaumaram, Yavanam, Jara, Deha Antara Praptim. Dhiras Tatrana Mukhyati. Dhiras means one person who is not bewildered. Who is not bewildered? One who knows this fact. One who is very familiar with this fact. What fact? This soul goes through these changes. What are the changes? It becomes, first it is, there are 6 stages. First it is conceived, it stays there for some time, then it is born, and then it dwindles. What does that mean? It gets leg, ears, face, like that. It dwindles, and then finally it stays for some time, then it produces. It produces offsprings. Then it becomes very old, that means. After it becomes very old, it gets diseases. Jara. Jara is disease. So Kumaram, Yavanam, Jara, and death. Then death comes. After the old age comes, death comes. So at the time of death, what happens? This soul passes from one body to another. So soul does not die. What is only this body perishes. This body is made up of, like Srila Prabhupada tells his in his, somebody argues with him. So he tells in the answer, if you put all these chemicals, all those things, what you say the body is made up of, the cells, etc., this, it does not even worth 2.5 rupees. Right? There is a beautiful story in that, like one person, he was not at all satisfied with whatever he has. We have beautiful eyes, hearing ability, so many things we have, but we are not satisfied with these things. What we say, I don't have this, I don't have this one, this is not functioning, that. So that one person went to a sadhu. He told, oh sadhu, I'm very, tired of this, my life, and I don't have anything in my life. Whatever I ask, the Lord does not give. I'm very unhappy with that Lord. So the sadhu asked, oh, is it so? Okay, then I can give you a new life. Can you do one thing? Can you give me these 2 eyes? And the person said, what are you asking? You want those 2 eyes? No, sorry, I can't. No, I will give you 1 crore rupee. Can you give this eyes? He said, sorry, even if you give many crores, I won't give my eyes. Okay, then it is fine. Why don't you give me your hands? Like that, the saint, bargains with the amount. This, that. Finally, what happened? This person says, sorry, I made a mistake by coming to you. Oh, you see, I have bargained for so many crores of rupees for your body. Still, you are not willing to give me this body? Yeah, I won't give. Then why did you say this body is useless? Then why are you saying, like that is how we treat everybody. We treat our body, we treat everybody like this. I am useless, or he is useless. That other person is not worth for 1 rupee also, we say. Isn't it? So this is actually the gratitude. We have got everything. We are able to smell. Rasanam granam evacha, shrotam chakshus parshanam cha. Rasanam granam evacha. We are able to see. We are able to smell. We are able to lift things. So we can't say that, isn't it? So the body, the material body, after the soul leaves, it doesn't even worth 2.5 rupees. Okay, Hare Krishna. Fine. So, what are we supposed to do? What did we learn? This body is very, very important. Why? Mataji, you told just now 2.5 rupees. Why it is important? Because the soul is inside. Oh, not only that, this body is the only vehicle through which we can cross over this material ocean. Just now I told, no, Janma Mrityu Samsara Sagarat. If you want to overcome this, birth and death, only human body is the vehicle boat. Human body is compared to a boat which helps us to cross this material ocean. No other body, eating, mating, sleeping, defending all other bodies, animal body, only this human body can cross over this ocean. Why? Because this is the boat, and our spiritual master, he is the boat expert boatman. And all these favorable wind, etc., the favorable, what do you call that, waves, smooth sailing, etc., are the scriptures. So if we read the scriptures, smoothly we can sail this journey, but under the supervision of the spiritual master. If the expert boatman is not there, though the sail is very smooth, we won't go to the destination. Instead of going to Goloka, we may reach the Patala Loka. So, spiritual master is very, very important. That is why Karpanya Tosho Partha Swabhava Prichamitvam Dharma Sammuda Chetaha. Arjuna told in 2.7, H.A.S. Te idam shadi mam tvam prapannam. Accept me as your disciple. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is so beautiful, right? It is science. But the only thing is, what we lack, unfortunately, the Shraddha. We all know there's a consciousness in our body. We all know if the consciousness leaves this body is of no use. They will not keep it for 2 days also. Maximum for keeping this body for 2 days also, how much our kith and kin have to spend. So always I think, before last wish, if anyone wants to know, if a will and all we are writing, in the will we have to write this only. Don't wait for anybody. Whoever burns this body, it will get burned. No need to wait for son, daughter, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, and grandchildren. What is the use? What is the use? Anybody can burn this body. But we have to be in association. Shraddha Sadhu Sangha. If we are in Sadhu Sangha, what will happen? When we know the sadhus will not leave us, they will start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They will go on chanting. It happens. Even in ISKCON, it happens. Anybody not feeling well, last minutes, devotees go in batches. They 24/7, they chant this Hare Krishna mantra so that the soul remembers about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When the soul leaves this body, Hari Bol, directly Vishnu Dutas will come and take like Ajamil. By mistake, today's chapter is very big. Ajamil, by mistake, he told Narayana, and in some other chapter, we will discuss about that Ajamil story also. So the answer for first one, don't have any compassion for these people. These people, soul will never die. Soul is eternal. Their body only will be burnt. Your Bhishma Pitama will come. His soul will come in form of somebody else, some other body. Drona will come in some other body. Don't have. Compassion is very important, but soul is eternal. Okay, first answer. Second, what did he say? It is all no enjoyment. Krishna will now scold in this chapter. Krishna scolds Arjuna. Ashochatvan Anvashochatvam. Oh, Arjuna, you don't think about a wise man. I thought till date you are a very, very wise man. You think as a Muda. Muda means what? Foolish man. You're thinking like a foolish man. that you are going to kill them? What did, how many sin, adharma they did to you? Did you think of the adharma, what they did? Adharma ko adharma se hi jeetna. Like there is a proverb, na, kante ko kante se nikalna. So they all supported adharma. So you also kill them. But killing is not a sin. Next, that is third question. Third concern was sin, right? So in 31 to 37, Krishna gives the answer for the no enjoyment. Okay. Hato va prapyasi swargam jitva va bhokyashe mahim tasmad uttisha kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishchayaka. Oh Arjuna, if you fight in the battlefield, if you kill everybody, what will happen? You will get the kingdom. So you will enjoy your earthly kingdom. Or if others kill you, as you say, you are killed in the battlefield, you will come to my loka only. You will come to Goloka. Goloka, is there any suffering in Goloka? No. Chintamani prakarasad vasukalpa vriksha laksha vireshu surabi rabipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Satasevya Manam. Lakshmi Devi is there. Lakshmi Devi is 24/7, 365 days doing Pada Sevanam to the Supreme Personality of God. Chintamani Prakara. In that loka, Chintamani touchstone is there. That will give you anything and everything. You don't have to cook to eat. You ask, think, ask, no question of asking. Sorry. Think in your mind what you want. It will appear in front of you, Chintamani. That Kalpataru is there. Isn't it? So how come you are saying you will suffer, there is no enjoyment? You win, you enjoy the earthly kingdom. You lose the battle, you come to my abode. Supreme Personality of God gets Goloka Vrindavana. Right? So there is enjoyment, Arjuna. Don't talk like a foolish man. He literally says, you talk like a foolish man. There is no time, otherwise I would have shared those verses. Ashochatvan and Vashochatvam. That is a very beautiful verse. And this is also Avachevadamsha Bahun Vadishyanti Tavahitaka Nindandestava Samartyam Tato Dukkataram Nukim. Your enemies, if you leave this battlefield and run away, what will say? Avachevadamsha. They will talk you about ill words, unkind words. They will say, nobody, you are thinking because you have compassion, you want to leave the field and go. All these people who are standing in front of you, they will say, Arjuna was so afraid after seeing all of us. He ran away from the battlefield. Like this, they are going to talk. You are a Kshatriya. Can Kshatriya hear these words? It is like you would feel like committing suicide instead of hearing these words. Right? It will be more painful, Arjuna, for you. Don't do that. Don't think these people will have compassion for you for the same compassion. They won't reciprocate what you have for them. So, there is no question of no enjoyment. But there is no sin also. That we will see now. Okay? Answer question number 3, sin, 38 to 53. Extremely important verse. All of you, please by heart this. Listen to me very carefully and by heart this. Okay. Neha Bikrama Nashosti. Nasha. There is no Nasha. There is no diminution. For what? Pratyavayona Vidyate. In this journey, which journey? Devotion, bhakti margame. There is no diminution. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya. Even if you have done swalpa, lavamatra, wo naam ke vaste, even if you have done any dharmasya, what will happen? Trayate mahato bayat. That unknowingly also, again Ajamit, unknowingly at the time of death, he told Narayana, he shouted for his son. Narayana's Duta, Vishnu Duta came, right? So why he did all kinds of papa in his life? Then how did he get this Sukriti? When he was very young, he is a Brahmin boy. When he was very young, he did lot of devotional service to his father. When his father used to do Archana, etc. So he used to go pluck flowers from the forest, So he had done swalpamapyasya dharmasya. That is why. But wow, Mataji is so nice. Do something, then rest of the life enjoy. Vishnu Dutta will come and take. No, the Lord. There are few people. The Lord directly took them. There are few people, Lord did not take them directly. He gave another chance. So Ajamil was sent to Haridwar in his next birth. In Haridwar, he did all pious activity. He was in the association, Satsanga. Then in that, in the next birth, not in the Ajamil birth, the Lord sent his Pushpaka Vimana and took him back to his Goloka. Why? Because in this path, in this devotional path, even a little bit also you do, there is no diminution. It is like, Srila Prabhupada gives a Vyakya in his commentary. What he says, material qualification is perishable. Material. There is a Uttama Bhakti definition, beautiful definition for a Uttama Bhakti is there. Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam, Sarva Upadi Vinirmuktam. Upadi, mother, father, wife, husband, grandmother, grandfather, all those. Sarva Upadi Vinirmuktam. Chod do ye sab. Or, I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am a principal, I am this, I am that. All these are titles, PhD. These all are simple one qualification. What will happen? Leave everything. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. Tatparatvena nirmalam. If you leave everything, then we become pure in our heart. Rishikena rishikesha sevanam. With our senses. Rishikesha. Rishikesha is that Lord, Supreme Personality of Lord, God. So Rishikena, with our senses, Rishikesha, to that Supreme Personality of Godhead, you do service. That is Bhakti Uttama. That is the Uttama Bhakti. Okay? So that means whatever you accumulate, like degrees, etc., everything will be left. Again, there are beautiful stories. On short chapters, we will take these stories. What we earn here, we have to leave here and go. Okay? So, but this verse says that it is not like that in devotion. Whatever namesake, 0.000% also if you have done, like the squirrel did in Ram's avatar, that is Treta Yuga, when Lord Ram had to build the this one bridge. Squirrel also, it used to take a dip, come and roll itself in the sand and go and shut all the sand in the bridge. And then again go and take a dip. Even Hanuman had pride that time. Hanuman also thought, what a stupid squirrel, what is he doing? Then Lord understood that. Lord called Hanuman and told, oh Hanuman, it's not like that. Everybody does seva according to their ability. You have huge, you look at your body and look at your this squirrel. But with this squirrel body, it wants to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That bhava is important. Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. This is also Bhajana Kriya. Bhajana Kriya is not only singing and dancing. Okay? Bhajana Kriya. If you do all these things, Anartha Nivarti will take place. Okay, Hare Krishna. I'll explain all these things, Navavida Bhakti, in some other days chapter. Okay, fourth question. What is fourth question? He says, what will happen to this Varna Shankara, family tradition? So, listen very carefully. Krishna scolds Arjuna. You have confidence in this Duryodhana's hand? You will leave the people in Duryodhana's hand and go? Arey, he called Draupadi to the Bhari Sabha. Manabhanga kiya. He disrobed her. And that Duryodhana, Yata Raja, Tata Praja, his Praja also will sing, oh, my king did this. So they will all get involved in that so-called Varnashankara, what you are calling. The ladies will adopt the path, which is not conducive to for the flourish, for the upliftment of the society. This is what you are thinking. So if this Duryodhana comes, he will do that. How are you thinking, Arjuna? That is why he so told Ashochatvan Anyashochatvam. This doesn't give beauty to your thoughts, Krishna told. And he is scolding him. Instead, you take this kingdom, you will spread this bhakti cult. Bhakti cult means what? What we are seeing. What we are, that is Swalpamapyasya. Even in the 6th chapter, we will study. We have two important, very, very important verses. In that it comes up. Like Atava Yoginam Eva Kule Bhavati Dhimatam 6.41. Krishna says, after doing so much in the bhakti, for some reason or the other, somebody falls down. There are so many examples we will see later. If somebody falls down, don't worry, they will take birth in a Kule Bhavati Dhimatam. They will take birth in a very, very great, elevated devotee's house. Then they will continue this bhakti cult. So you don't worry that, you will be the root cause for the deterioration of the society. Okay, this is what the Lord says. That is Varna Shankara. Family tradition will get totally distorted. Don't think like that. Okay, perish. It will go into the, go into, we generally call, no, it is in vain, we say. All it is a waste. It goes for a 6, we call it as. That means everything will diminish or everything will be demolished. Not like that. Okay, so beautifully Krishna gives answers for the, okay, 4th one. So 4th one, what did he say? The Nega Vikrama Nashosti. Same in 6.41. Kule Bhavati Dhimatam. All these people, if not in this birth, when you establish a real religion, what is the here religion? What we are talking about is Santushtim Haritoshanam. What is the main objective of the Vedas? Those who attended the translation, you might have heard Yami Mam Pushpitam Vacham. Did you hear that? What was the translation? All these flowery words in the Vedas. These all are not for simply following them without knowing the main objective of the Vedas. So what is main objective of the Vedas? Samsiddhim Haritoshanam. To please, all the activities should be aimed to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Vedas are not like that. Mataji, how can you say about Vedas? Vedas give, if you do this benefit you will give. If you don't do like this, do's and don'ts, Vedas give. Pious and impious activities. If you do this pious, what will happen? If you do this impious, what will happen? That is all the Vedas say. That is why Buddha had to come. Before that, what happened? That, what do you call that? Bali. We call that animal sacrifice. Yes, animal sacrifice. People started giving left, right. They did not know the purpose behind it. See, the proper mantra, if it is told, like in the Sattva Guna, proper mantra, it told properly it is chanted by the proper acharyas, and properly prasadam is given to everybody, proper dakshina we give. What happens? These animals who hear the mantras at the time of their soul leaving their body, they get a chance to become a human birth they are supposed to take. So what will happen? Just now I said human body is the only vehicle through which they can cross. So it is in a way facilitating the animals to get a human body. But people did not understand, simply following the Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham, flowery words of the Vedas. They started giving bali without even mantrahinam, vidhihinam, shraddha Rahitam, without faith, without rules and regulation, without the prasadam, without dakshina, they started giving bali. That is why Buddha came to believe Veda. Then immediately Shankaracharya came to tell Vedas you need to believe. Right? That is why so many philosophies are there. All these philosophies, everything. Who is the fountainhead of all these philosophy? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Depending on the need of the hour, he takes avatar. Depending on the need of the hour, in the sense like Buddha avatar he took. That was a need that time. Shankaracharya, to at least tell people Dvaita. That they all said, no, there is no Advaita, Aham Brahmasmi. That was very essential during that time. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Advaita, Chinta, Aditya, Beda, all these things. But it was essential time. Okay. So this is Varna Shankara will not take place Arjuna. Instead, if you leave the place and go to, what do you call that, forest, then the Varna Shankara will take place. Then the family tradition will go for a 6. Not if you win. Okay, this is again very, very important. He said, I'm not able to decide anything. See, how can Arjuna say he cannot decide? Arjuna's focus is tremendous. His focus is like to see the eye of the bird. His focus is to hit the revolving fish, seeing the shadow. But he is telling for us. For us people, Manda, Sumanda, Manda, Bhutayo. I told yesterday that 1.1.10, it is in the, what do you call that? Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, aprana yalpa yush sabhyakha kalau asmin yuge janaga kalau. In this Kali Yuga, people are ready to quarrel. Kalau asmin yuge janaga manda sumanda matayo mandabagyo upakhritaha. They all are unlucky. They all are all the time distressed in Kali Yuga. But Arjuna is not like that. Okay? He is Ekaga Kurunandana. His focus is tremendous. Full focus with the determination. So what is he saying? Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekaha kurunandana. If you resolute your attention on one thing with full focus, then you will be able to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Instead, bahushakage anantacha buddhayo vyavasayinam. So many branches. We worship everybody, Devi, Devatas. You remember Devi, Devata worship? Just now we did Govardhan Leela. There they were worshipping Indra. Then Krishna told, no need to worship Devatas. Devatas' duty is to give rain. Devatas have been vested this accountability and responsibility by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So what we have to do? Instead of going pole to post, there's a proverb in English. Instead of going pole to post means you try this, not beneficial, try that, trial and error method. Instead, you water only the root. What is the need to water the branches, the fruit, the leaves, etc.? Water only the root. That means worship only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. It is equal to worshipping all other Devi Devatas. Okay, beautiful verses are there. Seeing the time, I'll come back to that. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atmanveva Atmana Tushtaka Stita Prajna Tadochyate. Previous question is a very, very important question. Previous was, okay, I will read it, and if time permits, I will share it also. Arjuna is asking Krishna question. 4 questions. What are they? Sita Prajna ka bhasha. What is the language? What do they speak? Sthita Prajna. Samadhisyasta Keshava. Oh Keshava, what is the language? How do they speak? What do they speak? Who? Sthita Prajna. Who are the Sthita Prajna? Ekaka Kurunandana. Who are able to focus under only your lotus feet, nothing else. They worship only you. Okay? Then Sthitadi Kim Prabhasheta Kim Asita Vrajeta Kim. So he is asking, oh Krishna, what are the symptoms of one whose consciousness is thus merged in the transcendent? That is Ekaka Kurunandana, who has merged with you in your transcendence. How does he speak? What is his language? How does he sit? How does he walk? It does not have exact literal meaning of how does he walk and all. So what is the path he follows? There are so many margas. Pravritti marg, nivritti marg. So do they follow pravritti marg or nivritti marg? What do they follow is known as how do they walk? How do they speak? What are the qualities they reflect? That is how do they. We say na actions speak louder than voice. So here speak means it is not literally what do they speak. What is their acharata? Acharat. Acharat means what is their character. How do they behave with other people. So that is their speech. That is what I told. Means your actions reflect what you think in your mind. For words become your, for thoughts become your words, words become your action, actions become your habit, behavior, habit, then character, etc., etc. Okay, so how do they behave, how do they walk, in the sense which marga they are follow, how do they look like, how can I identify them? If I identify them only, I can follow their path, right? So, oh Krishna, how can I identify them? These are the questions exposed by Krishna, Arjuna to Krishna. So now Krishna is answering what he is saying. Prachahati yada kaman. Oh Partha, when a man gives up all his varieties of sense desire, extremely important. How to get into bhakti? Control the sense desire. But it is actually not controlling. Kurma, next one more verse it is coming. What is that? One is Vishyavini Vartante. That is Param Drishtva Nivartate. Another one is Kurmanga Niva. We will see in that. So, a person cannot control his desire. What is he supposed to do that? Give up the varieties of sense desire. 5 sense desire all of us have. Shotram, Chakshus, Varshanam, Rasanam, Granam. The tongue wants to taste palatable things. The eyes want to see, wow, some, very, very, what do you call it? Drishya, which will be pleasing. What is pleasing, we don't know. Those who are in sense gratification, for them it is desire different. Those who are in transcendental consciousness, for them it is desire. A person who is in transcendental consciousness, he wants to go to attend Mangal Arati in the morning. He wants to see the Shringar Arati. He wants to have full Lord's appearance. Archa Vigraha is none other than Lord himself. He fully takes the Lord's Rupa into his eyes, so that the whole day, whenever, even if he is involved in any other fruitive activities, yeah, we all have to do fruitive activities. Without that, how will we engage our senses? First of all, I don't want to do anything. I want to control my senses. Not at all possible. That is Falgu Vairagya. That is not Yukta Vairagya. Okay, that is only for show off it is. So he is saying, when a man gives up all varieties of sense desire, which arises due to mental concoction, very important. That is mental means the mind creates thoughts, no? Because of these, what do you call, desires, actions are taken place. So yesterday I told 3 doers. The soul desires, the mind plans, and the final decision is given by the whom? That is the intelligence. Okay, final decision, because it has got the viveka buddhi to see which path of action will be better, which is worst, and it decides it. Decision making is done. Then the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has to give the tatastu. We saw no yesterday 3 doers. After he gives the green signal only, the material nature will create the conducive environment for us to fulfill our desire. Okay, so sense desire plays a very, very vital role in everybody's life. Since the time our sense desires are very active, it is not possible for us to control the mind. Don't even try. First, it has to start from the gross to the subtle. Can we see the mind? Can we control the mind? Mind we can't even see. How will we control? Can we see eyes? Can we see hand? Can we see nose, etc.? Yeah, if the nose is smelling something, we are crossing a place. Like especially the ISKCON people, somewhere that fish smell or something is coming. They know how to control the breathing. So they will hold on their breath, they will run fast, very far. Then they breathe. They know how to control. Same way, tongue is asking for palatable food. They know to control. The tongue, the vacho vegam. First is vacho vegam, then manasa, then krodha vegam. 3 vegams. That is the deep desire to control. So first we have to control the senses. If we control the senses only, we'll be able to control the mind. When his mind finds satisfaction in the self alone. So once you are able to control the mind, then the mind turns towards the soul. That I left this example of 2 birds on a tree. So one bird is the Paramatma, another bird is the soul. That soul enjoys the benefits of the fruitive actions. See, you eat mango. Such a delicious mango you got, you are eating. So your tongue is immediately saying, oh, in the whole mango season, this is the first mango I have eaten like this. So the soul is enjoying the mango without knowing that Yamaraja is standing right in front of us. Same thing here, the Paramatma is telling the bird which is eating, that is the soul, which is eating the fruit. Oh, fruit eater, see behind you, hunter is standing. Anytime he is going to loosen his arrow, you will be killed. Without knowing this fact, you are enjoying this fruit. That's what is happening. We all are enjoying sense gratification because of mental concoction. So beautiful, right? That is why yesterday I told you, remember? Ayur Karati Vaipum Sam. Ayur Karati Vaipum Sam. I think it is 1.2.17 it should be. So every sunrise and sunset reduces our Ayur Karati, reduces one day. We should know. So what for? Why are we waiting? Today onward, start chanting at least one mala. If you are not chanting one mala also, no problem. 11, 20, simple 25 times. Now, I'm not saying 25 malas. Okay? Start doing that. You will start relishing. The taste. That is param drishtva nivartate. Higher taste. Okay, and tasting the rasgulla, 110, how many will? 25 you may be able to eat. After that, there's a saturation point. But this is not the chanting. Once we enjoy the param drishtva nivartate, you will never feel like stopping it. So Bhagavan told this. And like Prahlada Maharaj, the example was given. Prahlada Maharaj was thrown in the fire. He was thrown into a room in which, what is that? Vishali snake, poisonous snakes were kept, all those things. But what happened? It did not, nothing could do a damn thing to Prahlada Maharaj. Like Srila Prabhupada. Same. Difficulties he has gone through. He has suffered 3 heart attacks. In the Jaladuta, he was going. Yesterday, you saw the Jaladuta, right? He suffered 2 heart attacks. After going there, many heart attacks he suffered. But he did not take them. He did not, because he is already transcendental soul. That is he's a Tattvavid. They know the tattvas. Also, they means they are in the Vishuddha Sattva. Raja, Tama, Sattva, Raja, Tama. 3 guna. A person who is in transcendence, known as, who are they? They are beyond the 3 modes of material nature. That means one who is in Vishuddha Sattva. They are known as the transcendentalist. Okay. Very, very important. The whole chapter is, because this is a gist of all 17 chapters. Dhyayate Vishayan Pumsha Sangaste Chupajayate Sangasanjayate Kamaga Kamat Krodho Vijayate. While contemplating the object, what happened? The senses are in. First, the senses only see the objects. The moment the senses see the objects, it creates a desire in the mind. I saw such a beautiful poster. I want to go for the movie. Then your mind will say, why not in the first show? And you can proudly post in the Instagram saying first show, first day, first show, like that. So all these concoction, it is you saw in the previous verse, no? Sense concoctions. So these kind of thoughts come to our senses. So while contemplating the objects of the senses, so which is more gross, objects of the senses. So the big billboard is more gross than the eyes. Eyes has got a vision. We can't even see that vision. So that vision is more subtler than the gross eyes. So gross objects. Then comes the chakshuhu. That is the vision. The eyes capture that picture. Okay, that is next. That is also gross. Then the eyes. Then it comes from the gross to the subtler. So those sense objects are very, very gross. You can see them, you can touch them, you can feel them, all you can do. But these once the what are they? Senses, see them, capture a picture in your mind, sense the picture to your chitta. Okay, chitta is, for the timing, you keep it as mind only. It is not mind, it is beyond the mind. Science students can understand. The vision capture one picture, then the reflection comes. Reflection falls on something, right? That reflection, wherever, whichever the reflection falls on is known as chitta. There is one more element. In our 24 element, there is one element, chitta is also there. So while contemplating the object, the person develops an attachment. So this attachment develops into lust. Okay, kama. Kama, krodho vijayate. Arjuna will ask a very beautiful question. What is that? Oh Krishna, in spite of, knowing that we are not supposed to become a victim to our senses. So we want to overcome that senses. But we are not able to. Why? Why many a times, even if we tell to ourselves, mind, that I am not supposed to do this, still we'll end up doing something, some wrong things. Why? Why are we doing it? So that is what is this verses. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops an attachment for them. From that attachment comes lust. From lust comes anger and lobha also. Kama, krodha, lobha. Karma is the basic lust with which we are born. Because this karma was there in our previous birth also. The soul took the mind along with the impressions. Whatever has been written in our chitta, in the previous one only, it took. And after going through, it is like the mind keeps on thinking. There is one story. It's not a story, it's a real thing. Once a college student, in Pune, what he did, he came in the night, he came back to his room. So on his way, so he saw chow mein somebody was making. He saw that and he told, no, I will go to my room and then eat something. So he came, but the mind was only contemplating on that. So finally, what happened, he got a deep desire. No, I must eat it now. So what happened? The senses started working reverse. So he opened the almirah, he took the money, everything he went. But by the time he went, all the restaurants have almost all closed. Everybody said, no, 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 no. So finally, what happened? Dhyayate Vishyan Pumsa. He kept on thinking about that, what he wanted to eat. So, you might have tasted the same so many times. Instead of eating, you might have thrown also, because everything there's a saturation point. You might have thrown also. But right now, you have a Trishna Sangena. Because of the tamoguna, you have that deep desire to eat that. So that it comes from where the desire comes. Contemplation. Who contemplates? The mind. How does it contemplates? With the memory which it has already created in the mind. So the mind, because of that image, the mind is going on now contemplating. What is this, Mataji? Lust, anger arises even when lust develop. Actually, lust is the deep desire. Sometimes people are not able to satiate. Satiate means fulfill their desire. What happened? They get angry. They get wild. Some work suddenly comes. They get a fear. I will not be able to do. Then they start showing the tantrums on others. They such a, you should have done this. This should have been done like this. They start. But if the same lust is satisfied, you wanted something, you have got it. Aha. Then what happens? Greed comes. Lobha. Once any desire, see, you all can see. When you're a very small baby, you might have longed for one toy. Once you have got it, few days you might have played, then something else, something like that. So here also, if the lust is satisfied, it becomes lobha, greed. If it is not satisfied, then it becomes a, what do you call it?
Anger.
Anger. So lust is the root cause. Okay, lust is the root cause for anger. Lust is the root cause for greed also. Satisfied lust leads to greed. Dissatisfied lust leads to anger. I think in 16th chapter. Trividam narakasyedam dwaram nashanam atmanaga kamakroda tathalobas tasmadatrayan tyajet. So these three gates lead us to Naraka. What are they? Lobha, kama and greed. Anger, greed, lust. These three things lead us towards Naraka gates there. Okay, this is the process. First, the desire comes. Once the desire means the lust, I want to possess this. Then, if you possess it, then it will become greed. So that from attachment, from contemplation, the ayate vishayan pumsha. So from contemplation, the whole circle starts. It becomes lust. If the lust is not satisfied, then it becomes anger. Anger gives to buddhinasho pranashati, delusion. Delusion leads to definitely memory loss. Then we fall down. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, this is the, yes. So Krishna answers verse number 28 to verse number 30. That is compensation, reaching. Okay, 31 to 27. That he told no enjoyment. Even if you win, you will enjoy. Even if you lose, because if you lose, you will. If you lose this battle, what will happen? Means you are killed. No one can leave Arjuna or spare Arjuna, and he is alive, and he is, what do you call, he has been defeated. Not possible. So that means if you are killed, there is no enjoyment. You are saying you come to Maya about. If you live alive, that, what do you call, you will be enjoying the earthly planet, earthly kingdom. So fear of sinful activities, devotional activities, they are fear personified. Every moment we live in fear. There's no time without fear we live. So that is why we should surrender to the Supreme Personality of Spiritual Master. So they will help us how to get involved in Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, etc. Without that, if you think, Apne balboote par I will learn everything, and you take that, what you call, initiation, we will fall down. Not possible. Destruction of family tradition. You remember that verse? अथवा योगिनामैव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतत्रिदुर्लभत्रं कर्मजं स स्वाभजः. That is destruction of family tradition. Be a role model. This is, what is that? Yeah. Kule bhavati dhimatam, I said. Atava yoginameva. After following lot of rituals, if you are not able to get through this mrityu samsara sagarat, what will the Lord do? The Lord will give you a chance in the next birth to take birth in the great devotee's house. Okay, so finally, Krishna told his indecision. He put all his weapons down and he told, "Oh Krishna, I am not able to decide now. So can you please?" Yeah, this is a very, very important, what you call, cycle of how to overcome the lust. If you go backwards, then it is easier for us. Backward is what? Objects. Don't try to control your senses. That's what Ajamil did. And he could not succeed. Okay, so we will go back, but time is over now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Mataji's, Prabhuji's. I really had that I wanted to share the important verses. Okay, give me just 5 minutes. I will share those one thing. 1 minute. Very important verse if you are there. Yes, here. Chapter 2. '25. The soul is very, very invisible and it is inconceivable, immutable. Knowing this, you should not grieve for the body. We also, that is why we should focus our attention towards the soul. But instead, what we do, we see something, we try to control the sense. Sense is very easy to control. Why? Because it is grass. Objects are very, very easy to control. That is why the picture, what you saw just now, it starts from the objects. The object sense the vibrations to the sense organs. This is tasty. This is very pleasing to the ears. This will be very pleasing to the eyes. These kind of signals, these objects send to the senses. And the senses, if we try and control instead of controlling the mind, easy to control the sense. What do we have to do? Param drishva nivartate. Vishaya vinivartante. Nigararasya dehinaga. Rasavarkam varjam rasopyasya. Param drishva nivartate. And next one, Bhogeshwarya Prasaktana. It's a very, very important verse, 44. 44 also will help us how to control our senses here. भोगेश्वर्य प्रसक्तानान्तयापगर्त चेतसां व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि समाधौन विधीयते. This is another vyavasayika. There it was vyavasayatmika buddhi ekaiha kurunandana visa. One focus. Here it is, see the translation. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for the devotional service will not take place. So if we want to have the resolute determination for the devotional service, paramdrishva nivartate, what do we have to do? We have to overcome the mind. This one, see. We have to Nirukti mark and Pravritti mark. Just now I told you, remember? Nirukti mark is not possible. Nirukti mark means leave everything, take sannyasa. Senses cannot be controlled. Have everything, apply them for Paramdrishva Nivartate. Use the eyes for the having darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is verse number 61. Verse number 61. Just a minute. Verse number 61. I am just... Tani sarvani samyamya. 45. It's a way I will just tell two things to do. Try this. 6161. Tani sarvani samyamya yutta asita matparaha vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. So Krishna is telling these people, okay, who are they? Tani sarvani samyamya. The senses, we have to give a big push to the senses. When the senses say, oh, this is very palatable, eat, but that may not be a prasadam. We have to give a big push to our. So with one hand, we have to give a big push to our senses. With another hand, we have to adapt the path which is favorable for Krishna. So when I say, oh, see a big billboard, go for this movie, then immediately we have to tell the eyes only. So if we reach till the soul level, instead of if I go here, I may wake up very late. Tomorrow morning, I will not be able to go for the Mangalarati. So we have to go for the Mangalarati. That means with one hand, we have to employ our senses for the pleasure of the Lord, and with one hand we have to give push to the senses. This Ajamil story, Ambarisha Maharaj's story we will see later. He used to employ all his senses for the service of the Lord. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindyor. Legs he used to use for going to the temple. Hands he used for Mandira Marjana. Mandira Marjana is here, you see. He used for cleaning the temple. Shruti, yes, he used to use for hearing Krishna Katha. Mukunda Lingalaya Darshanam, eyes for the darshan of the Lord. This we will see some other time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, Mataji, using our intelligence, can we control our senses? Yeah, that is the way. First, sense objects are very easy to control. Then the senses. Then it is the... Tomorrow's lesson is that only, no? If you remember that gross matter what is that? Sense organs are better than the gross matter, and the mind is better than the sense organs. Intelligence is better than the mind, and the paratastu saha, soul is better than the intelligence. Tomorrow that verse comes. Mataji, we will discuss that tomorrow. With the verse only we will discuss. So intelligence should be in a position to control the mind. Intelligence should tell the mind, if you do this, what are the disadvantages? If you do this, what are the advantages? So we have to slowly go from the gross to the subtle. So we have to first senses, then say mind, then the intelligence we have to try to control. Directly, if we go to control the senses, it is not possible. Is it okay, Janani Mataji? Tomorrow we will take that verse. I think 42 verse number, if you remember, we will take that and we will use. Hare Krishna. Okay? Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, devotees. I am really sorry. Second chapter is a second and 18, very big chapter. I have some stories also I could not share because of 72 verses are there. Tomorrow's chapter is a little small. I will share some stories, and Mataji has asked this, and beautiful analogy for this doubt what Mataji has asked. Very nice analogy. Like, very easy to clean the mirror, very easy to bring smoke, fire from the smoke. That we will discuss a lot. Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.